Hello, I'm Danielle Conley, and welcome to Wealth Think Tank Television with your host, Dr. Ralph Steele, providing the best financial literacy, investment, and generational wealth for your children, yourself, your family, and your business.
Welcome to Wealth Think Tank Television. I'm your host, Dr. Ralph Steele, and I'm glad that you're here today with us on Wealth Think Tank Television. And we're on several different networks, but we're on KAZQ Television 32 out of Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico. And we're also on the Now Television Network as well, which is nationwide. But again, I'm your host, Dr. Ralph Steele. And today our show is on what we call trust, a specialized, complex, spendthrift trust. This, folks, is what I call an amazing financial genius to be able to have such a trust. But before I start, I just want to kind of go into a couple of tips with you and kind of get you started and icebreakers and get you started. First of all, how would you like to legally reduce your tax bill by 70 to 90%? Just think about that for a moment. What if you could legally reduce your annual capital gains taxes to zero? Wow, not paying anything. How much would you like protection from eminent domain? They can't just come in and take it because you have power too. A lot of times, the common American citizen don't realize just how much power they have. And see, the power I'm talking about is the power that only God can give you anyway. Did you know you can get 100% asset protection? Isn't that amazing? What if you can eliminate the taxable estate problem? No more estate taxes. Our unique trust structure eliminates the possibility of losing what we call the family farm or your assets. Our unique trust structure allows you ultimate control even from the grave. Now, you know, that's some power when you can control something from the grave, isn't it? You know, and if you get this right, only Jesus could control stuff from the grave. When he came up out of the grave, he rose from the dead. Those of you who are Christians, learn what the super wealthy did, what they do. Learn how they operate day to day with their monies and how they avoid taxes. Notice what I say, avoid. I didn't say what? Evade, did I? It's a big difference, folks. What if you could pay 90% of your monthly expenses with pre-tax money? Pre-tax money. Notice what I say, pre. That's right, P-R-E, that's tax money. What if you could grow your business 3 times faster than what you're doing now because you don't have to pay all those taxes? You're keeping the money where? In your own bank account. What if you could turn most of your income passive and realize all of the financial and monetary benefits that will come out of it? Wow. What a whopper. What if you could eliminate the pitfalls of C-Corp, S-Corp, and even LLCs just because you have a trust? What if you had ultimate privacy of all of your assets and that your assets had total invisibility? No one could touch your assets. What if you could 99% of the time make your company or your business almost virtually lawsuit proof. Now, I said 99%. I didn't say total. What if you could now eliminate your need for expensive professional liability policies and save on money? And folks, there's so much more benefits that you could have. And now the big question is this here. How would you have that? How could you possibly do that in 2022, 2023, and years to come, living live in America, avoiding taxes, not evading taxes, avoiding them, saving, keeping, investing, and your own money into your own business, into your own pockets, into your own bank account. Folks, there's a way you can do that, and that's what this show is about. Now I'm going to give you the answers to your question. Today I'm talking about what is called a specialized, complex spendthrift trust. Now, so people say, well, wait a minute, Dr. Steele, what is a trust? There are several types of trusts. Trust typically, or you have what's called a living trust, revocable trust, irrevocable trust, or a testamentary trust. Now, I want you to know living trusts are revocable. And 99% of all trusts in the U.S. are created as living trusts, which what that means is they are revocable. You can change them. You can do whatever you want to do with them. The only thing is though this here. These type of trusts that are created as living trusts, and they are revocable, but they offer you no privacy or living benefits. They're mainly what they do, folks, is this. They transfer your assets from the deceased to the heirs, and then they may or may not keep you from going to probate court. That's all they do. There are no other benefits they do. But let me tell you a secret. I got some good news for you. Here come these specialized, complex, spendthrift trusts. Now, this is the trust that I'm talking about today. By the way, this trust started in 1533 by King Henry VIII, and then it was exported into United States civil law, like all common law in America is, that comes from Great Britain, from England anyway. I mean, if you really understand law, the Statute of Frauds, which started in 1677, that started in England. The Uniform Commercial Code also. Both of those laws are current, active laws in England and on the books in America today, and we are governed by those laws. In fact, those laws, as part of what govern businesses to even today, including interstate commerce. And so now you know this trust is very similar. Started in England, came to America, and is legal and active today. And you know what, folks? This is the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, if you got a piece of bread, you can go ahead and put some peanut butter, some jelly on it. But this is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm telling you. Listen, think about it now. Think about it. I'm going to give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. You're paying $300,000 in taxes. Now you get this trust, this specialized, complex spendthrift trust, and now your taxes go from $300,000 all the way down to about $30,000 to $50,000. That is a no-brainer. So this is what this trust does. But I want to give you some more information on the trust, because now you can kind of understand it to some extent, or as best as you can. Most of the time it requires, not all of the time, you know, people who may be an attorney or CPA, but generally speaking, I mean, if you listen carefully, open your mind, And are you ready to make a decision for your own business and for your own individual life? You know what? You're going to learn something today, because this trust is worth all of the money and the business and the assets that you have. And especially, folks, I'm talking about American citizen out there, to keep your money in your own pocket. You can tell them I said it right here on Wealth Think Tank Television. Now, let me tell you a first secret. The specialized complex spendthrift trust is based upon contract law. That's number one. Number two is it's based upon the IRS code, tax code, and that is tax code 643, chapter 26. And now, our company, which is called Nexus International, this is a Nexus trust, which is irrevocable and complex in structure, and has particularly three main benefits. And I'm going to go over those three main benefits with you in just a moment, in order that you can understand that this is, folks, this is finance, this is financial freedom at its best. Now, here are the three benefits that I'm wanted to just kind of have a conversation about. The first benefit is this. This trust, as I said before, number one, reduces your taxes between 70 to 90%. Yes, if you said, wow, if you said that's amazing, then you're smart and you want to save and keep your own money. So that's the first thing it does. The second thing this Nexus Trust does is it gives you total asset protection, where creditors and anyone, court systems, cannot peep or seek to take or seize your assets, including the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Yes, if you said, wow, by golly, you're right. You betcha. That's what it is. 'Cause that's what it does for you. And of course, folks, the third thing it does, which is of the three main benefits, is this here. It gives you unbelievable, I mean, I can say that again, unbelievable tax advantages using the IRS tax code, code 63. I mean, just amazing and remarkable. Let me tell you a secret. There's no other trust can do that. No other trust. Listen, no other CPA, no other attorney, they cannot do that. And you know what? You don't want to go to jail no way, because you want to be fair and you want to have integrity. You want to be honest. You want to do things right. You want to manage your taxes the proper way, based upon the IRS tax code. And for those of you who are smarties out there, yes, the Bible says, render unto Caesar what's Caesar's. Because you know what? If Caesar come get you, I'm not going to come get you either. I'm going to leave you right where you are. So that's kind of a little side joke, folks. But we're talking about today, folks, the specialized, complex spendthrift trust. This trust is remarkable. This trust is amazing. And like I said before, the tax benefits, the protection of your business. And even if you're an individual, it's just absolutely, folks, amazing. And yes, I do recommend it. I'll stop in the middle of the sentence. I do very highly recommend it. But a few other things and tips about this trust is this. Are you in business or have several businesses? Or do you have enough money or income that's subject to taxes and more taxes, and subject to tax audits, and subject to paying high taxes? Well, you know what? You're watching the right show. you're calling the right number. You're with the right people. Folks, that is Nexus International. That number is 817-729-0543. Again, I repeat, that number is 817-729-0543. That is Nexus International. It is www.nexusinternational.com. And that should show up on your television screen for those who's interested, and those of you who you know what, no brainer, do not want to pay all of these taxes anymore. Yes, it's okay. You should pay some taxes. So don't misunderstand me. I pay taxes. I don't mind paying taxes. I thank God for being able to pay taxes. But you know what? You shouldn't pay too much. Pay somebody else's taxes. There should be a limit on what you pay in terms of paying taxes. And that presupposes the question that I have for you. Are you paying too much taxes? That's one question. A second question is this. Are you paying too much capital gain taxes? Folks, that's your vacation money. That's the money you could buy a second home on, or another condominium on. Or you could buy a boat, go deep sea fishing. I mean, that's just your money. Let me just put it like that there. Listen, there are so many different trusts out here, and I know some of the people going to say, wait a minute, I have a trust. I get so many people come to me, and folks, they say, Dr. Steele, I got a trust. And then once we do an analysis, we discover that they don't have the right trust. It's kind of like saying you don't have the right doctor, you don't have the right medicine, you don't have the right bank account, you don't have the right home, you're not living in the right neighborhood, you don't have the right book. I mean, you're not at the right restaurant. It makes a difference what you have, where it's located, the value of it, and what it does for you, and what are the benefits of it as well. Listen, the specialized, complex, spendthrift trust, you heard it said again, it's probably my third or fourth time saying it, because I want you to really understand, and with all jokes aside, I'm smiling, yes, I'm smiling, but this is for real, folks. Listen, I've heard people say, it must be a scam. No, it's not. This is real. This is legal. This is legitimate. This is based on contract law. This is based on the IRS tax code. This is American. This is your money. And you know what? You get to keep it if you use this trust. Hello, somebody. You better wake up out there, folks. This is live. This is Dr. Ralph Steele live right here in Dallas, Texas. Right here in America, trying to save you some money and do it the legal way and do it the right way. Listen, I have great integrity. Listen, let me tell you a secret. I ain't taking nothing ain't mine. I ain't taking nothing ain't yours either. I tell you a quick subject one time. I remember one time I had a bad check and the money wasn't mine. I wrote on the front of the check, void, folks. I wrote on the back of the check, I ain't going to jail. That's how much integrity I have. Now, that's a real joke, but it's as real as you can get. Hey, all of you out there, you can go ahead and clap your hands and smile on that one. Folks, because your integrity means everything. 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 Honesty is everything, especially when you're dealing with money. A few more tips before we close on the show. Again, many people think of tax evasion. Well, we're not talking about tax evasion. We're talking about tax avoidance. We're talking about doing the right thing with the right law. We think of tax avoidance, which is the only legal way to keep more of your money in your own pocket. Who really wants to just pay taxes and pay taxes and pay taxes and pay taxes? I don't think so. It's not me. I hope it's not you either. No one wants to go to work and all they do is pay and pay and pay taxes. If you're going to work and you're working hard and smart, and you want to have some fun, don't you? Go to the beaches, go out to a nice restaurant, have a nice glass of wine. You want to go flying, you want to go scuba diving. I mean, you want to go watch the dolphins. You want to have some fun sometime. You want to relax, enjoy life, sit back and relax. You want to go to the mountains and smell the fresh air. You know what I mean? And see the greenery and the green trees and Mother Nature. You want to understand life is about enjoyment. It ain't about stressing out. And you know what? When you keep more of your money, that's less stress. Yep, that's right. My friends, on Think Tank Television, all your television audience out there, the Specialized Spendthrift Trust is based upon, again, the IRS Tax Code 653, Chapter 26, is a law, is not some made-up idea. It's not a hoax. It's true. Just as true as any law you ever seen or heard of. That's what it's made of. Now, I want to talk a little bit about there's different types of specialized spendthrift trusts. First of all, is what we call a beneficiary trust. And that's the trust that goes from the living, in this case, even to the living, or, you know what I mean, those who are left behind. Second, there's what we call the oil and gas. So you can actually take, if you have a business that's based on oil and gas company or its investments, if you have oil and gas investment, you can actually take that and put it in this trust and save on taxes. Another, if you have real estate business, if you have, you know what I mean, different real estate, I mean, commercial or residential property, apartments, if you have complexes, townhomes, or if you have an amazing amount of land that you manage and sell and trade and do different things with it, allow people, you lease out and rent out, and you make money off of that. Even folks with real estate, no matter what it is, you can take it again and you can put it in this trust so you can save taxes on it. I mean, it's just a no-brainer to me. All right, you also, folks, can, for those who have big businesses, you know what I mean, corporate businesses, guess what? We call that advanced business trust. You can take those businesses and put in a trust, because guess what? You can take those businesses, put them in a trust, you can still make money off of it, still make interest off of it, and avoid the taxes on it, or reduce those taxes just as well. You also can have, for those of you now who are getting into what we call the cryptocurrency business, or NFTs, non-fungible tokens, you can also take those kinds of investments, folks, and you can put those into the trust as well. And what those does, actually, because of what's happening now, is because the regulations are changing with the federal government, state and local governments as well, you're going to be taxed on those. And you're going to be taxed high on those. So the only way I say to you again is you take the cryptocurrency, the NFT, non-fungible tokens, and you can put those into your trust, manage those in your trust. And as you manage those in your trust, guess what? You actually, watch this when I say you increase your profits. So now you can actually create 3 streams of income within one income by saving on your taxes. Number 1, reducing them. Number 2, getting rid or eliminating your capital gain taxes. Number 3, your interest goes up. Bingo! You've just created, just from there, 3 streams of income without barely lifting a finger. I mean, barely. You push the button, you get your trust, you get it managed properly, the rest is history. Isn't that amazing, folks? That's just simply amazing. A few other things before we close the show today. Keep in mind, the trusts have to be managed, as I say again, properly and follow the very complex and special tax guide and tax codes of the Internal Revenue Service. Folks, that's why this trust is not a hoax. It's real. Because if you try to say, well, I'm just not going to pay taxes, okay, they're going to come get you too. You gotta, I mean, think about it. What's definite in life? Taxes, you're born, you pay taxes, and you die. But you know what? I say add another one in there. If you save on taxes, have fun. Have fun, enjoy life, relax. That's what I'm thinking. Listen, what's wrong with living the American dream? Nothing. And you know what? The more money you keep, the more dreams you have. I ain't talking about no wild dreams. I'm talking about happy dreams, money dreams, exciting dreams, fun dreams. I'm even talking about beach dreams. I love to go on the beach, folks. Yes, I admit it. I'm a beach bum too. Folks, I'm going to close the show out with this here. There are 6 types of what we call passive income that once your trust is managed and your incomes are put into what we call the passive income categories, this is where you save on taxes. Number 1, rental income, because you make money off of renting property. Number 2, royalty. You receive, we call it royalty income. You receive royalties. Number 3, interest income. When you invest, you make interest off of your money. Number 4, dividend income. Some companies that have shares have dividends. Number 5, what we call K1 passive income. And then number 6, capital gain taxes. You don't have to pay capital gain taxes anymore. Folks, we're run out of time. Thank you for being on Wealth Think Tank Television. I'm your host, Dr. Ralph Steele. We're on at 4 and 6 every Sunday. So watch our show. Thank you for watching the specialized, complex Spendthrift Trust on Wealth Think Tank Television. Thank you very, very much. I hope you learned something today. If you have any questions, be sure to call me. 817-729-0543. I'm Dr. Ralph Steele. Have a lovely, lovely evening or day.